successfully discharged over 3,632 pounds of hazardous and universal waste on campus. This is obviously in accordance with local, state, and federal law. So we're doing the right thing now. So it's successfully discharged over 3,632 pounds of hazardous and universal waste on campus.
Well said.
This is obviously in accordance with local, state, and federal law. So we're doing the right thing now. So it's successfully. Okay.
What kind of waste is that?
So we're talking universal waste is going to be like our halogen lamps and stuff like that. We're doing LED conversions throughout. So we're kind of going that green initiative over there as well. Pretty much the entire fielding building over there, CTC, we've upgraded all those to LED. And you have to properly dispose of all those lamps and things of that nature. And through that grant submission process, obviously smaller, minuscule amounts of money, but we got prepaid recycling containers and things like that that we didn't have to pay for to process those. They're transported to, certified facilities to properly dispose of them so they don't hit the landfills and repurpose everything possible, batteries, lead plates. And then our hazardous waste is going to be used motor oil, stuff like that, chemicals, all the lab type stuff that they're offloading. So we had had a lot of that out there. But now with this kind of program in place, it gives some directive to everybody collectively as a team to like funnel the stuff up towards physical plant. We have processes in place for inventorying all your equipment, getting all your SDSs in line, and then after that, create the manifest. And there's a cost associated with it, but the EPA fines are far, far more. So it's we're doing the right thing in the name of the environment in a sense. So see here, last update I got is going to be our surplus property. I know the board voted for like the donation route a while back. It might have been 10 months ago. You guys voted on that. So that was a huge help. Our warehouse out there was bursting at the seams, as well as the CHS site that we inadvertently had to move out of. So with that, since October of 25, we have successfully donated over 500 pieces of surplus furniture, and that has met its end of service life here. With that, we donated to local charities such as CASA, Lighthouse Recovery, local churches, and K through 12 schools in the region. So we got the word out there. We had a lot of people come in, show interest, and we've repurposed it. And a lot of the stuff, it's no longer usable here, but somewhere else it can be used. I know the budgets for smaller schools like that are far less than what we have. So they were very pleased to get a lot of the stuff we had. And with that, obviously minimize waste streams. It's not just going to the dump, or we're not submitting it to the auction block and wasting 5-6 hours of labor hours to advertise this only to get $1. So just the return on investment there did make sense for some of the stuff. So with that, we're going to continue those partnerships and campus-wide efforts and ensure SFCC remains dedicated and focused to the sustainability and reducing our environmental impact. So that is pretty much what I had for you. I know it was a lot in a short period of time, but.
Add one thing with your comment though. We had not been disposing of our hazardous waste properly, probably, I wouldn't say ever, but we had our chemical supplies in the labs, some other things he discussed. So he's got that in place for us to make sure it happens now. Obviously, we started our recycling program in earnest a few years ago, and it's going. So it takes a lot of effort to make all that happen, get all the stuff collected and found to the right place. So, but thank you. I think it's the right thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. I mean, facilities, campus wide, I mean, all the directors and deans are all kind of involved in that. So it's a team effort. I just kind of had to kick the can out there in the middle of the road for everybody to kick around. So that's.
So the recyclable materials include metal.
So metal, like our big supplier, I don't want to say supplier, but generator is obviously going to be Olin Howard over there with all the weld plates and, expended welding.
Consumer stuff. If people were bringing their recyclables here.
So I mean, like old appliances, stuff like that. I mean, we have that tow hook trailer. We have two small, they're not massive containers by any means. But we process like all the, scrap metals and things like that. And we try to kind of break those up into, certainly, like clean coppers. I mean, that obviously scrap prices are more for that than, dirty metals and ferrous, non-ferrous type stuff. So when we can, we do kind of separate and transport. But sometimes it's just, I mean, there's not enough hours in the day to do it.
Like our these are more of our plastic bottles and paper and.
Yes, a lot of the plastic bottles, obviously the receptacles we have throughout, custodial goes through every night, clears those out, and we have the larger, it might be like 10-yard dumpster, recycling bins out there, and then those are processed weekly through GFL. And I've been to multiple states where they have different recycling initiatives, and this is, like Rhode Island, for example, they're very strict on it. They issue you like 5 different bins, and if you have a piece of cardboard in the plastic, they won't touch it. So here, the good thing is a lot of that processing is done at the plant itself. So that just completely alleviates the need to kind of decipher that. Like our big recycling dumpsters, paper, cardboard, plastic, glass, all goes in it. So
We do glass.
yes, yeah. Any other questions?
We have an,
I'll try to answer.
we have an ancillary.
Yeah, to deflect off over here, we got some exciting news recently, and Christine's gonna take it away from there. So
Well, your report was exciting, so.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I was a little jittery, but I was better.
Not too scary. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you very much.
Like going to the principal's office, you always sweat up there. Okay, don't want to leave handprints up there either. So in 2024, the Facilities Management Department was contacted by the Center for Human Services about participating in their summer work experience program. This program provides high school students the opportunity to develop valuable employment and life skills that they can use after graduation. During our first year participating, we welcomed 4 students who worked alongside our staff 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. In 2025, we are excited to participate in the program again, and we're fortunate to host 4 additional students. Throughout the summer, these students worked closely with our technicians and gained hands-on experience in a variety of areas, including lawn and ground maintenance, warehouse organization, office support tasks, basic electrical work, such as changing out the light fixtures, and assisting with the vehicle maintenance. They were also a tremendous help during the transition of departments into the new Ella Brock building. There is no way in the world we would have gotten all that done without these kids. They were very mechanically inclined and were able to assemble a lot of things that we just didn't have the manpower for. So you gave them a task and they followed through, and they just worked so very hard. During this spring semester, the Center for Human Services once again reached out, and this time it was regarding their 5th-year student program. We were pleased to have 3 students spend 2 days a week assisting both our department and Lori in the greenhouse as preparations were made for the annual plant sale. In addition, the students are utilizing one of the community gardens to grow vegetables, which they are now selling at the farmer's market on Tuesdays and Fridays. So they are teaching them from the seed to the, growing everything, and then the business aspect of it, where they actually get to go and sell, and then they're going to use that towards a project. We were recently notified by Marissa Beasley with the Center for Human Services that State Fair Community College has been selected to receive their Outstanding Community Partner Award. So this award will be presented at the annual recognition luncheon on Friday, June 19th. So yay, SFCC. That's great. So, but no, it's been a wonderful program. One of the students who was able to come back to us for both summers, it's been helpful to them, and it's been helpful to us, because to see some of the burly guys just get right there with those kids and teach them and show them stuff that they will use from this point forward. So it has been a good program for everyone. That is all I have.
Well, thank you for taking the time with them, for them to get those skills, because I know that's got to be time consuming, but that's awesome. Thank you so much. Anybody have any questions for them that maybe they didn't answer? They want to know more? Well, thank you for your work. Appreciate it. And anybody else, we know that it's a team effort, so thank you so much.
That will go into the evidence for our recertification.
Yeah.
Reaccreditation.
You're ready for that.
You guys are welcome to stick around as well, or grab a.
Yeah, but grab you a plate before you.
Stick around and see how this thing all plays out.
Well, next on the agenda is the employee emeritus nominations, and I think Scott is going to be the one presenting that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So this is a recommendation for approval for 3 long service employees, 2 classified staff, 1 professional staff employee have submitted to be recognized as employee emeritus for this year. We do this kind of in conjunction with the service award banquet that's coming up on June 11th. And I will just kind of read some of the things that they've done and what we're recommending here, but you could see their application attached to the onboard there, as well as 2 letters of recommendation. So in accordance with policy 4625, employee emeritus status is an honor used by the college to recognize the long-term distinguished service of faculty, professional and classified staff, and administration. 3 retiree or soon to be retired, so 2 are still working, but 1 is effectively retired now. Employees have been nominated for employee emeritus designation. Each nominee has met the established criteria for consideration and has demonstrated a record of dedicated service. So, and most of that is you have to be an employee of the college in good standing for over 15 years. Professionalism and commitment to the college's values. The candidates for this distinction have been endorsed by their employee association, executive committee, and recommended for approval by the president of the college. It is recommended that the board of trustees approve the designation of employee emeritus for Coach Darren Paneer, Lisa Young, and Jeannie Harrington, in recognition of their distinguished service, longstanding commitment, and meaningful contributions to the college.
Thank you. I would entertain a motion to approve those 3 candidates.
So moved.
All 3 of us had it. Jeff got it.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion passes, and definitely their letters of recommendation, were interesting to read, and they've done a tremendous job for us. So we thank them.
They'll all be missed. Thank
They
you.
will be missed. Next on the agenda is the Dom Museum acquisitions, and I think Mary is going to come up as our executive director for the foundation.
Is a process that we do after Art Acquisition Committee meets. They send their exhibits to the foundation to accept. And then after we accept them, then we transfer it to the college. And then that's reason so it can be documented in regards to your insurance policies in regards to the art process. So this is catching up. To be honest, I missed one. So the committee has met twice. So that you have 2 large exhibits of files of artwork that has been collected and accepted through the Art Acquisition Committee. And now it's just bringing forward from the foundation has accepted it and now bringing it forward to you to accept. And Richard serves on the Art Acquisition Committee from the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. All right, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Anybody have any questions? No discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Thank you, Mary. Motion passes. So next on the agenda is about Board of Trustee Campus Sculpture Subcommittee. So there's been conversations many years about possibly doing some kind of a campus sculpture and what it might look like and what it might, include. And so the foundation has funds that have been designated for use by the Board of Trustees. And so we've had that discussion. We need to get busy and act on that. So myself and Tim will serve on a subcommittee to work with the campus staff to move forward on that proposal. Your input is essential as well. So if you have any thoughts, please, send that to Tim and myself. Of course, always to Dr. Bates. But let's get this ball rolling because this has kind of been on our thoughts for quite some time. And so.
So this group will work with Gary to develop a RFP. It'll go out to artists and they'll present their concepts and the group will choose a concept and recommend it to the board and can move forward in that matter. So just needed someone to work with Gary to build that RFP or whatever it's called in the art world.
Right. Your input is essential, so let us know your thoughts as well. Next on the agenda, and that was for informational purposes, we don't have to vote on that. The next on the agenda is the Cooper County Hazard Mitigation Plan adoption. Dr. Bates?
Bethany Pfeiffer, our director in Boonville, works with the group that manages the Cooper County Hazard Mitigation Plan. And I think every year or every other year, they ask us to support their mitigation plan. And it's a routine thing. It really has little impact on or no impact on our operations, but it's important to them that we adopt this resolution letter that's attached, that we support the resolution.
Okay, all right, so I would entertain a motion for adoption.
Second.
Have any questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion passes. Now this is for informational purposes as well. So the college has made some land purchases, so I'm gonna turn that over to trustee Justin Hubbs to just share just something briefly about
Yeah.
that.
I think you covered it.
Oh.
We had the opportunity to acquire some neighboring property, and we felt like the time was to act in best interest of the future of the college. So we executed that, and that property is now under ownership of Safer Community College.
All right, thank you so much. Next, we have Campus Housing Complex Southside Sidewalk Contractor. Keith, explain that to us.
Well, so we have one final thing to do for the new campus housing complex. And as we've been using it, realizing that there was still a difficulty getting from the campus housing complex out to Roadrunner Drive, then getting over to either Ellabrock or across over to the new athletic facilities, whatever. So the road that goes to and from this driveway effectively into the campus housing complex, we're putting a sidewalk on the south side of that, all the way up to where it intersects with the sidewalk that goes to Ellabrock, and then cutting it across and then intersecting with the sidewalk coming out of the existing residence hall. So we'll have pretty much, the ability to stay on concrete now wherever you need to go on campus versus right now we have a lot of people walking in the grass and things to get places. So we're adding that into it. So it's recommended. So we worked with Rawlings to get it designed, to get it, put together. We put it out for bid. We have got bids back, but as you can see, it's recommended the Board of Trustees approve the bid in the amount of $54,100 from Westport Construction Company in Clinton, Missouri, for construction of a sidewalk connecting the campus housing complex to Roadrunner Drive and the residence hall sidewalk. 5 bids were received, and funding is our CHC construction funds.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion passes. Keith, tell us about the paramedic program equipment purchase.
That's even more in there, but we will. As we, previously you've approved the purchase of the actual simulator. Now we've got to put some equipment to work with it. So we've looked around and sourcing some of this equipment's been, very few people make some of the things do, particularly the simulators that are simulations of actual experiences that would happen in an ambulance that the students can react to. This is a program we worked with the University of Missouri on. They've recommended some suppliers, so we've used those. So it's recommended the Board of Trustees approve the sole source purchase of various paramedic supplies, including body simulation models and paramedic situation simulation packages in the amount of $42,485.25 from 3B Scientific of Tucker, Georgia. These packages were approved by the University of Missouri for the FSCC paramedic program at the Clinton campus. Funding is MOAT Sales 5 funds.
Would entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you, Keith. Now we have our president's report. Dr. Bates?
All right, I have a number of things, but they're all brief. First, review of our calendar. You have a calendar of events attached to your agenda today. A couple of things I want to call note to. On June 7th, the local college baseball, college summer baseball team has a game that is the SFCC Recognition Day. June 7th at Day Field. The game starts at 3 p.m. and all faculty, staff, students, and even Board of Trustees members get in free to the ball game. And there'll be some activities and recognition of State Fair as part of that. This came about because we have a more extended partnership with the Steamers. It's a new baseball team in town. They intended to have their players with host families in the community, and they didn't find enough host families. So they are leasing part of our older residence hall for players and some of the staff to live this summer. And so partly in exchange of that, we have a full sponsorship package for the Steamers. So we have advertising, banners, like in-game announcements of recognition at this game. So it's nice to support this community event, and we're going to get some good publicity from that. So yeah, I see win-win all the way around, but see you at the ball game on June 7th, which I think is a Sunday. Is it? And then the employee recognition banquet. Some of you have already RSVP'd, but that banquet is Thursday, June 4th. And if you, you need to RSVP by Thursday, June 4th, if I can read my notes. And it is June 11th, 5 o'clock social, 6 o'clock dinner. And if you would call Lisa, she'll take care of your RSVP for you. And we are paying for your spouses if they are attending with you. And she'll take care of that. And then Patty and Richard are attending the MCCA Trustee and Executive Leadership Conference, which is the 16th through the 18th at Camden at the Lake. But registration is still open, but they're about, I think the hotel's full. So if you'd like to attend that, you need to let Lisa know today, really, for that. And then registration is also open for the Leadership Congress for ACCT. And but we need to know as soon as possible if you're attending that. And we have RSVPs for Patty, Richard, Justin, and Jeff. So, all right. So that's there are other things of interest on the calendar, but you can read them on your own. We have renewed our membership with ACCT as we do every year, but I received a mailing from them about that membership renewal, and I assume you all received it too, but did you receive a letter about their benefits? Okay, I'll get it to you. They do have I wanted to highlight a new, I assume that you all got it too, but one of the things, they have a new service for providing education and training to board members that's online. And they have a program set up where you can get badges and certification for your training period. It's through that app that they use, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but I'll get that information to you. But it looked like a kind of a neat option for you if you, for your own professional development as board members. And so it's on your own time if you'd like to access that. I received a thank you note I would like to read to you. So it says, my husband and I recently attended 2 nights of the Little Shop of Horrors at SFCC Theater. What an excellent presentation. All the students were each casted perfect for their parts in the play. The sound, stage, the theater, all were fantastic. It was well worth the 7-hour drive from Arkansas to attend this musical. I will have to say my favorite actor was Landon Pierce as Mr. Mushnick. He did an excellent job. We are his grandparents, so it might be a little partial, but we thought everyone did great. Thank you for having a theater department at the college. We look forward to attend more. Richard and Leslie Beatty. Well, I read, it's a nice note, and we receive other notes in recognition of the activities we do at the college, but I did want to highlight this one because our fine and performing arts at many colleges are under attack and there's very strong programs here at the college, and they play a very important role in our community, but also we're training people for jobs. You know, we're very clear that's our role, and there are jobs in fine and performing arts, and we have students interested in those routes. And so these programs are important to our students and communities for training students for those roles. So we oftentimes thinks about the applied sciences, but those fine and performing arts are also an important part of our role. That's the reason for reading that.
I
Thank
talked to
you,
the
Noah.
mother of one last night, actually. A student who wants to do fine culinary.
Oh, yeah, we have wonderful programs in music and theater. And it was an amazing show. Many of you went to it, I know, and it was incredible. We have just alert to you that we have a summer schedule that goes in effect in June and July where the college is closed at noon on Fridays. And so is it next week? Next week's the first, yeah. So that goes in place. On June 8th or 9th, everything is happening this week. There's a whole bunch, but we're hosting the leadership team from Jefferson College. And we have an agenda that their president and I have worked together for, and a way to share the expertise of both groups and learn from each other. But they had heard of some of the things going on here at State Fair Community College and really wanted to tap into the wisdom of our leadership team. And so I think it's going to be a great opportunity and looking forward to that visit. We are working on scheduling the ELT retreat, and that really kicks off our continuous budget planning process. We talked earlier today at our work session that budgeting process is continuous. So as part of the retreat, we will be examining data, our program review data, and our other institutional data elements, and preparing then to bring that to you, the Board of Trustees, at your retreat in July. And that's a 2-day retreat this year, 2 full days. I mentioned the employee recognition banquet already, I believe. Finally, I wanted to close with some information about our graduation. This data is attached, but we just recently had our spring graduation ceremonies, wonderful ceremonies. You know, I'd like to recognize Dr. Murders and his team for putting together a great ceremony. But really, that graduation, it took all of us to put on, because all of those students that were recognized came through our programs, and this leadership team and our faculty and staff touched those students and helped them to be successful. And really, so it was a nice ceremony, but it's really about the people that are impacted. And at these ceremonies, formally and informally, we heard stories of the impact these programs had on people, their families, and communities. So the AEL graduation ceremony was one of the most touching ceremonies I've ever attended. Had 6 testimonies at the session, and my eyes were teared up through the whole thing. We had 32 students since December who have completed their high school equivalency credentials, and 15 of those walked at graduation. In addition, since December, we've had 31 students receive their English language certification, and So, in total, we had 63 students that received that certification, high school equivalency or English language. And 41 of them participated in graduation, or we also had an event for the ELL students with Tyson as part of that. So in terms of the college, we had 370 students walking in graduation. And in the spring ceremony, we gave out 527 total degrees and certificates. And I think the breakdown in the degrees and certificates is interesting. 373 degrees, 154 certificates. So of those degrees, there were 194 AA degrees and 154 AAS degrees. So almost 50-50 on the AA and AAS. And you add in the certifications, it probably is 50-50. There were 17 associate in arts and teaching degrees, 5 associate of fine arts degrees, 1 associate general studies degree, and 2 associate in science degrees, 76 professional certificates, and 78 skills certificates. So 527 degrees and certificates, people going out into the working force or transferring on. That's a significant impact on Sedalia, Pettis County, Benton County, and our whole service region. So good job, really. That's my report.
Okay, next on the agenda is the financial report, which is really for informational purposes, but Keith?
We're 10 months here, but one thing I want to note on here, we look at the tuition and fees year to date. Typically, we begin recognizing the summer semester tuition in the month of April. We had a little glitch in Banner this year, so it did not start recognizing those folks until May. So there's about 800,000 in tuition and fees that happened during the month of April, but didn't get recognized on this report. Versus in prior years, it would have been recognized. So basically, if you want to get a real apples to apples, add about 800,000 roughly to the tuition and fees column, which would then factor on down. So you would see that even with that, you'd have roughly 6 million revenues of expenditures. You know, even with the additional funds we're spending with the approved additional budget authority we've been given, you can still see the financials continue to show that we're having an extremely strong year in 2026, both from a revenue standpoint, but also in being very efficient in our expenses, which that part will really help us well as we enter next year and the next year if budgets do get a little tighter. We are very, very good at making very good use of the monies we have and making sure it goes to the right places at the right time in the right ways. So in many ways, I'm exceptionally encouraged by our ability to manage our expenses as much as, if not more than, our ability to obviously create the revenue as part of this. But overall, again, very, very strong report. I can tell you what we're basically May's done. It's equally strong. So just we continue this, which allows us to do the things for next year's budget that we want to do. So that's my report for you. You will see, Richard, that our property taxes, local property taxes this year are doing quite well and again, it's collections, not necessarily what was actually maybe allocated, but collection could be past collection. So anyway, very happy with the college on this. Okay.
The board reporting purchases,
Huh?
the purchases, 10,000.
Oh, yeah, we need to probably get that. See, I know we had we had
Local booth, Apex.
Local booth. So one of the things we are doing right now with the additional budget authority is we are transforming our digital media communications center. I'll use that term. And they're totally reworking that room. It's Yater 119, I believe. And one of the purchase is a podcast booth in there so they can do podcasts. They're getting more digital cameras, they're getting new furniture, they're getting microphones, but they're totally transforming that room into what looks like a modern digital media room should look like. And the podcast booth is one of those. And then, as you can see, we continue to have various campus AC repairs that we will continue to have, although with all the new AC on board, we're hopeful that that will start slowing down a little bit on that. So, thank you.
Next on the agenda is board discussion. I know we have one thing listed and I'll just turn that over to Justin.
Not much on the presidential search update, but did want to touch on it briefly. Just want to continue to thank everybody for their input. April 22nd and 23rd, whether you attended the forums or did the online, which allowed us to draft the profile. The profile is now live. And Dr. Rasul has had some very strong conversations and a lot of genuine interest. So I'm super excited to see where that goes, but not a whole lot of update. Target date is still September 10th for final applications. So that's where we're at.
Thank you for chairing the search committee.
Absolutely.
Anybody else?
I just was looking at the calendar. The July 23rd board retreat, we may need to plan a meeting, if nothing else, to handle personnel report. So we may have to send out the sunshine notices if we would go, just to go into executive session to approve new hires. We're keeping in mind that contingency, it is a public meeting no matter what, so we'll still do the sunshine notice and but yeah, that's a good point.
Anything else? All right, well, looks like the next meeting will be Thursday, June 25th, 2026, at 5:30 here in the Hopkins boardroom. So that is our regular Thursday of the month. Next on the agenda is the request to go into closed session, and then looking past closed session, there is no other item on the agenda. So we will come out of that closed session and immediately then adjourn with general session. So I would entertain a motion to approve going into closed session for hiring, firing, disciplining, or promotion of personnel pursuant to RSMO section 610.0213.
Second.
A motion is second, and we'll do roll call.
Amy Bashir? Yes. Tim Carr,
Absent.
Justin Hubbs,
Yes.
Jeff Page,
Yes.
Richard Parker,
Yes.
Patricia Wood.
Yes. Thank you all. Have a great summer. Maybe we'll see you, but enjoy your time. Thank you, Justin, for all your hard work on the